bold assumption that gamers talk about starting families. They barely even fucking shower. Is this what people think? That's sexy, I guess. I don't know. Like exhibit A of overcomplicating this shit. You guys are virgins, and then everybody is like, nah, not a virgin, not a virgin. You know, an article is good and correct and it's based on facts when it has to be archived by somebody. Pragmata exposes a unique double standard where women are projected to be these instinctual caretakers when that's true for literally everyone. Hey, so Pragmata just came out. Seems like a pretty cool game. I wonder what the internet's had to say about it, you know, the whole month that I've been gone. It's been 1 month. Like, it's been 1 month. Fuck. Yeah, so Capcom released what is possibly the most wholesome game to ever exist, and for whatever reason, like, everybody's freaking the fuck out about it. Why? I guess we might as well start with fucking Hasan. Dude, I tried to find the individual clip of Hasan saying that Pragmata fans are unfuckable losers. How do you go in full screen? I don't use Twitter. How do you go in full screen? You guys can fucking eat out of this tiny window, I guess.
So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff.
First of all, bold assumption that gamers talk about starting families. They barely even fucking shower. I don't know what gamers you're hanging around, but they're not the kind of gamers I have to interact with every day. Hasan has this like magical ability to somehow keep coming up in the news again and again and again and again. I don't understand like who's watching this guy. I'm not saying that because like I'm a tiny YouTube channel. I am legitimately asking who is watching this guy and why do we care what he says? Like I don't get it. People are gonna see this bandage on my arm and they're gonna assume I'm a heroin addict. They're also going to see the room that I choose to live in and assume I'm a meth addict. So this was sort of like the Franz Duke Ferdinand of this entire situation. It kind of starts with Hasan being like, you guys are virgins. And then everybody is like, nah, not a virgin, not a virgin. Everybody has to like loudly exclaim that instead of just ignoring them. Like, but also I'm curious where he got the unfuckable loser angle from, because like, I know I joked about it earlier, but I do know a handful of people who play video games who have children, one of them being my dad. So yeah, I have met many married men who ignore their children to play Ark. So I don't like unfuckable loser. I'm not sure where he's getting that from. What I'm the most curious about is not really what he said, but like what prompted this hostility in the first place. It's like, yeah, what is so wrong with a game where you're a parental figure to a little girl? Wouldn't that be like the wouldn't that be like the ideal game? If gamers are unfuckable losers with zero real life skills, wouldn't it make sense to like make a game that teaches them how to be responsible human beings? So I play the video game. It makes me realize I should probably be a father. I guess that makes me makes me unfuckable. I don't know. Like what? Oh no. Fuck. I'm unfuckable. I will never understand why people feel the need to write paragraphs upon paragraphs about some dumb thing Hasan Piker said off of his dome in like an 8-hour live stream. I really don't fucking get it. It's like being sent a "you mad bro" image and then for some reason writing an essay in response explaining how you're definitely not mad. By far the most fascinating angle I've seen is people are assuming that if you play Pragmata, you are a pedophile. Which, like, I don't understand where that jump in logic occurs. Like, I would like to see the line between point A, playing Father Simulator, point B, wanting to fuck kids. I would like to see somebody, like, somehow explain how the two are related. But I guess I gotta call my mom and my dad. I gotta tell them they're pedophiles now. Like, what do I do? Like, Twitter says you're a kitty diddler. Because you fucked a woman. I don't really mind people who find video games attractive. Just ask the fucking... If you look at the Marvel Rivals fan base, I'm sure your mind will change. I actually have a funny story about this. So homeboy Harrison and I went to an anime convention, and this one dude pulls up. It's like a Kingdom Hearts sort of event. This one dude pulls up in his full like cosplay as his Kingdom Hearts OC, and then he's like, "You want to see my waifu?" And then like Harrison was like, I could see he was like shuddering with fear. He was like bracing himself. He like leaned over to me and he's like, please don't be who I think it is. Please don't be who I think it is. And he pulls out like, I don't know her name, like the blonde chick with the 2 cowlicks in front of her or some bullshit like that. I saw Harrison visibly feel like immediate relaxation. And when the guy left, he was like, oh dude, I thought he was gonna pull out Aqua, and I'm like, who the fuck is Aqua? And she's like, she's underage, and I'm like, oh. So yeah, some people do take it too far sometimes. There is some legitimacy to that. I mean, just ask any anime fan, ask Vouch. Anytime anybody accuses me of anything, my immediate joke response is they were short stack goblins. I, a woke video game journalist, humbly declare that Eve from Stellar Blade is hot. That's where you lose me, dude. Everybody knows Taki is like infinitely hotter. Like Eve is like the mid girl in Stellar Blade. Why so many people like Eve, I will never understand. Taki is like the hotter one by default. This is commonly agreed upon, yet fought over. I'm still not sure why. Oh, fucking as if the gamer here isn't contributing to that discussion in some dishonest way. I've seen a number of your articles on the gamer, dude. It's like that none of this fucking shit is good. Reddit banned a Pragmata subreddit because of its content, even with gaming communities being infamously toxic. This is a rare occurrence. That's fucking bullshit, okay? First of all, Reddit takes down subreddits all the fucking time. I've seen a subreddit go down just because they mentioned January 6th. r/Pragmata was shut down due to Reddit's Rule 4, which refers to sexually explicit content of minors. Can we really say we're surprised? It's fucking Reddit. Like, I have never met a well-adjusted human being who regularly browses Reddit, so I can't really say I'm surprised. I'm just confused as to how this is being normalized if it was already being taken down. Like, there you go, problem solved. Assuming that's even why it was taken down, because like subreddits get taken down for stupid shit all the time. Reddit is far from the only place you'll see people sexualizing Diana. Where else? I've like I haven't seen any of that. Capcom has not helped itself in this regard, recently offering a Twitch emote of Diana what? Did they archive this? No, they didn't. You know, an article is good and correct and it's based on facts when it has to be archived by somebody. I can't seem to find this emote that they're talking about. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe anything that's written by the media when like you go to Google and then search up the thing they're talking about and you can't fucking find it. You know what I mean? Is this it? Is this the one? Is this what people think that's sexy? I guess. I don't know. Like, signals a normalization of this approach to gaming where everything exists to be sexualized and anything that cannot be sexualized is acting in service of nefarious agenda to fundamentally shift society toward. What the fuck are you talking about? Paw Patrol, my favorite porno. If you think this video is funny so far, give it a like and subscribe. I'm fucking like destroying my lungs doing this video. This entire thing is just like buzzwords. Like I actually I lack the lexicon to be able to read this article, which is so fucking crazy. Like this, I don't understand. People think I spend so much time on the internet and it's like, not really. I don't understand any of this. So for context, in case you've never played Pragmata, I haven't, but I had to look all this shit up. So the entire point of Pragmata is it's actually a game where you play as a man named Hugh and you find this android little girl named Diana. And the whole game is about the parental style relationship between these two characters. Hugh becomes like a father figure to Diana. The entire game is exploring how amazing that feels. It's to illustrate that experience to people who cannot be fathers. So for example, if you're a woman and you have a child, usually you become a mother, but you don't really get to see that relationship from the father's point of view directly. But it's also a really cool experience for people who have already decided they're not going to have kids. You know, I've seen many people who swear up and down that, oh, I'm never gonna have kids, I'm never gonna have kids, and then they play Pragmata and like now they finally fucking understand why parenthood is so cool. Yeah, it's a giant pain in the fucking ass to raise an entire human being, but you also get all of the reward of raising an entire human being. It's something that you can't get by spending money or gaining power or becoming successful. And that's kind of the beautiful thing about video games. It allows you to experience things that normally you would not be able to. Now, how in the world this really wholesome game is getting linked to pedophilia is beyond me. I really do not understand Generation Z's fascination with this entire like pedophilia theme. You know, it's one of the reasons I don't really go on social media anymore. You know, it's like X person's a pedophile when like 9 times out of 10 they're not. Then X piece of media is promoting pedophilia when 9 times out of 10 it's not. It gets really annoying, and it makes me fucking sick to see, because a lot of the time it's completely unfounded. A lot of the people making these accusations have forgotten what the word even means at this point. Pedophilia has become a very convenient excuse to dislike something, which I've always found was incredibly odd, because I've been the kind of guy where if I don't like something, I don't have to have a justification for it. People don't realize you are allowed to dislike something based on vibe alone. You don't have to have some sort of justification. You are allowed to simply dislike something. You don't need a reason. I don't understand why people just don't do that. That's the Discord strat, dude. It's a free country, dude. I don't know why you're making it more complicated than it needs to be. Exhibit A of overcomplicating this shit. This horrible fucking tweet I happened to find. Somebody showed me this. Lots of strange reactions to this game. Let's clear some things up. Childless men do not have paternal instincts the way that childless women have maternal instincts. We observe this even in the way little girls play versus little boys. I have an objection to that. How many little boys play army or firemen or policemen or say they want to be an astronaut? It's almost as if a lot of men are naturally born to be the provider of the family. 3 of those jobs I mentioned involve protecting people. It's almost as if a lot of boys want to grow up to, you know, be in jobs that involve being the protector of families. I'm not saying little girls don't have maternal instincts, but it is extremely dumb to say little boys don't have the same thing. I'm recording this additional segment in here. I wrote something to further elaborate on that one specific line in this tweet, because I think it is so off base, so horribly out of touch. Pragmata exposes a unique double standard where women are projected to be these instinctual caretakers when that's true for literally everyone. I was raised by a stay-at-home dad, and I love my mom. She was a great provider and a good parent, but my dad was the objectively better caretaker. He cooked cleaner and healthier meals. He was in charge of the finances of the household and took really good care of that money. Growing up, we were like constantly going to the zoo and Disneyland and like SeaWorld, and that's because he managed our money so incredibly well. There was never really a dull day growing up. Sometimes it was a stressful day, but that's because of issues with navigating communication with my dad. And really that has nothing to do with him being a man. It was because he has autism just like I do. And also the extremely fucked up life that he had to live before he immigrated to the US. More on that in a second. But he encouraged me to play sports. Because of him, I played wrestling. I did all sorts of running sports. I did like track and field, any sport I could get my hands on in middle school. Then when I got to high school, I did ROTC. I did speech and debate, theater. Like in elementary school, I did band and choir. My dad was encouraging me to go out of my way to come out of my shell and do as many things as I wanted. He taught me how to talk to girls, but most importantly, he taught me to bet on and always believe in myself. And confidence is in incredibly short supply today. But what makes this even more powerful for me in particular is my dad never really grew up with his dad. My dad immigrated to the United States in the 80s during the El Salvadorian War, and that's because he had only 2 options. It was either he followed his dad up north or he became a child soldier, and the only way to secure a place to sleep was to kill all the Americans. So he chose to immigrate up here to the US. He followed his father north, and shortly after they got here, his dad actually drank himself to death. So he literally had to figure out all of this shit all by himself. And this is why this tweet in particular offended me so hard, because my father literally raised me on the very instincts that Twitter says men do not have. Not only that, but my dad raised me in a way to better set me up to be self-sufficient in the real world. It's thanks to him that I'm so motivated and able to solve problems all by myself. Whereas my mom, again, she was an amazing parent, an amazing caretaker, and an amazing provider, but she parented in a completely different way. She was the kind of parent that gave you everything you wanted, but not necessarily everything you needed. And that's fine. My mom was great at things that my dad wasn't, and vice versa. But after the 2 of them separated, that's when my vices started to become enabled instead of staved off. That's when I started to become overweight and addicted to junk food. That's when I started to get myself into debt and not manage my money correctly. And if I can be 100% honest with you guys, I look at my younger siblings, and when their chips are down, it's completely night and day. between me and them. I never ask for help unless I actually need it. I exhaust every other option I can before I ask anybody for help and climb even further into debt. The problem solving skills my dad pushed me towards is how I've been able to pay rent despite being laid off from my job. Now, my brothers have jobs, but very flaky when it comes to rent. They always end up needing to borrow money because they're spending their money on stupid shit, and the only reason they're able to continue doing this is because they get it every time they ask. Now, is this just me like slam dunking my entire family? Not at all, but it goes to show you that you really do need both parents. Not only do you need both parents, but you also need both of them to have wildly different styles of parenting. And it doesn't really matter what sex or gender that they are, you know, raising kids is hard enough to do with two people. I couldn't imagine doing it with only one. But apparently that's what Twitter thinks women should do. And of course, women are the only one who can't be creeps, right? Despite the fact that like 30% of the time I go on a date, it turns out the chick's a fucking sexual deviant. That's the fucking Gen Z dating world for you, dude. I am legitimately afraid of my generation. 99% of the people I met in high school can't even handle doing the fucking dishes. And is social media vilifying the connection between a child and their male role models that is directly responsible for why they can't perform basic tasks without help? Why every influencer is a con artist? Why every assassin looks like they weigh only 80 pounds. There was not a fucking inkling of testosterone in this fucking kid. This is who Twitter and TikTok wants your kids to look like. Do you really want that too? I think it's time we reevaluate a few things, guys. Don't lock yourself up in your room all day. Go out and spend some time with your parents because they're only going to be here for so long. Men who first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children and are typically not paternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's. That's also not true, dude. Like I've have you never had an uncle? Like, I don't understand. Sometimes through some crazy fucking circumstances, I've heard of stories of people adopting their fucking like nieces and nephews and basically becoming like a dad to their cousins. Shit like that. People don't have to come out of your ball sack for you to care about them. I don't know if you're aware of that. Men are not nurturers. Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Men don't have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage, he was likely a predator. Do you not know that adoption is a thing? I'm genuinely asking like these questions. It's not that I think this person's stupid. It's like the way that they're talking, it implies that they've never heard of like adopting a child before. And you'd be taking the feminist radical gender abolitionist position to protest about any of the above point. I guess call me a fucking like, I don't know, call me a fucking feminist abolitionist. God forbid I be a man, right? This should explain why a dad simulator game marketed to mostly childless men give people the creeps. Point A, dad simulator, to point B, pedophiles. Like, I don't, where does the line in between those things like come from? I've never seen anyone explain this shit. I think this is just chronically online people wigging out. I think this is people who need to touch grass being all like, no, I mustn't procreate. I mustn't have sex to own the chads. I understand the irony of me saying this while I have a neck beard, but like, please touch grass. I don't know what else is there to say. Like, just fucking touch grass, please. It is okay to have your mind changed about having children. That experience happens to like everybody. There's people like me who I've always known I've always wanted to have a child, but then there's people who I've met who, again, have sworn up and down they don't ever want to have kids, and then something happens and they realize, wait, this is like my calling. This is something I need to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like in your DNA, dude. People forget that life is a gift and it's the best thing you could bestow upon anyone on this planet. But then again, if I browse Twitter 24 hours a day, then yeah, I would never want anyone to come into this world just to do the exact same thing. It's really interesting how only the well-adjusted and responsible people want to have children. Wink, wink. I mean, I'm not either of those things, but fuck it. I'm Rainin Jr. is happening. Like, whether the world's ready for it or not. If simply featuring a small little girl in your game makes you a pedophile, then like let's just scroll down my Steam library. Oh, guess what? Resident Evil 7 has a little girl. I guess Resident Evil devs are pedophiles. Stellar Blade's got a, well, okay. Stellar Blade might have that. Oh, Fallout has children. Uh-oh, Fallout developers are pedophiles. We could like literally scroll down my entire Steam library. Some of these games are not even mine. They're like from my Gooner friends. Oh, there's baby aliens in Alien. I guess anybody who likes Alien is a fucking pedophile. Like, you see where I'm going here? It doesn't, you could say this about literally any game, and that's what frustrates me the most. How is Pragmata any different from any of this shit? Oh, Baldur's Gate 3. I guess you're a pedophile. I don't know. Just fucking, God forbid you enjoy Game of the Year last year, Baldur's Gate 3. Heaven forbid. Uh-oh, BioShock 2. Father-daughter relationship. I guess you're a pedophile if you played BioShock 2. That's the craziest part about this. Like, there are so many other games based on this exact fucking premise, and yet, like, solely because this is a Japanese developer, they've got to be up to something nefarious, right? You can't possibly make something good you can't make something with the intention of it being fun and entertaining in Japan. There's always got to be some weird perverted motive. I genuinely don't understand that. And then simultaneously you'll see fucking like any show on HBO, basically. Literally everything on HBO has like a penis quota, a titty quota, a like vagina quota, an ass crack quota. Like, I mean, that's the best way to sum it up. Just fucking touch grass, dude.